I already put a first coat on this yesterday. So I'm going to put the second one on today. But I wanted this caulking to dry a little bit better where I caulk this to this. If you guys noticed, I'm trying to keep it off the caulking because the caulking is kind of, whenever you caulk something, especially if it's got a gap that big, uh, your caulking is going to shrink. And when it does, it creates this like divot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this for my guideline, this part right here. Because a lot of people don't understand that it's not it's not necessarily when you're looking at a cut line this way. You're actually supposed to look at it if you're looking at the wall that way. And if you got a straight line across it, you're good. But anybody's cut line, if you walk up and look underneath of it and straight up the wall, like if you look straight up the wall into the ceiling, you'll notice it'll be like this anyway. But the actual ceiling itself is what gives you the straight edge look. You're just kind of putting a nice straight line across there until then. But the one thing you don't want to do is come out onto the ceiling too far. That's the whole point of cutting. It's to trick the eye. Same with this. I don't want it to. I don't want it to be all the way out onto the trim if I don't have to. If it don't have to be. So I'm gonna basically take it. Use this as my guide to take it straight down. So those two walk into each other. That means you're on. That means you're on a straight. You're actually on a straight path. And then now that I got this ran, you can come back in and and fill the middle in because this has already got paint on it. So I just want to go from here, from the top of that cut line up. And once I get this straight line down here, my second coat, I'm gonna do it again, but I'm also gonna straighten up the first coat as I go. So this first time I'm cutting it out, it's to keep it straight. And then when I come back to it the next time, I'm gonna fix my imperfections in that. So if I got a spot that's like, if it's going in and out, I'll be able to come back to it on the second coat and take it straight across instead of seeing that in and out part. That way you're using your second coat to fix your first coat, seeing it's already there. This was originally teal, but you can see the teal shining through there. And if you end up cutting this out and you use this method right here where you cut this onto the white and you don't really like it, you can always come back through with the white, like the white paint, and cut the white up onto the blue instead of cutting the blue down onto the white. And that's something else I'm going to be looking at when I'm done with it. If it's going to be worth cutting the blue out again, or just cutting out the using the white, because sometimes it's easier to put that blue line down, but I can also come back through with that white and just cut out a different straight line. But that's one of those things that you got to understand, that you're either going to have to cut the blue down to the white or you're going to have to cut the white to the blue. You're going to get one of the options. And sometimes the white would be a better option than cutting the blue down, especially if you're a new cut guy and you're trying to learn this stuff as you're going. It For a beginner, I would definitely say do the white first. Like do the white second. That means paint this first, then paint the white second. But we're also going to go back through and touch up some of the white too. So if it comes down to it, I can always clean that line back up with the white. And what I'm gonna, and just like I'm just trying to find the end of this 2x4. That's why I keep taking it down so far. And the reason why is because that tells me that from here to here, my bristles ain't gonna be touching. this this handrail, the top of the very handrail, the actual hand part that you slide your hand up and down, that's usually the last thing you paint. So the one thing you'll want to do is we usually paint two sides on this side, and then we go on the other side and paint the other two sides. So I'll do this back piece. Always get up in them little areas right there. These little pieces right here are sometimes difficult to get, so you want to get those first, get them out of the way. Then you can, if you slide it, it'll give you that brush look. But if you let it roll, it'll give you the texture look. What I'm trying to get is this part right here. I'm trying to get this piece right here. I'm trying to make sure that I get this little spot right here, because this corner is always a bear to get to. But what I'm doing is I'm staying one move ahead of this one, because I'm still not done with this one yet, but I wanted to get this piece under here. So when you do this little piece under here, run it up and over, just get this whole little piece right here. Make it worth your time. Then you come down here, and then you can do your bottom. The same thing at the top, you gotta do at the bottom. You gotta make sure that you hit this 45. It's not good for your brush to be able to paint that long. And a lot of times I just put paint on the front half. Like I'm usually running this much of it. But if you notice, I start with one pole and I go all the way down. The reason why I do that is because when I get down here, I'll be done. Everything down here, everything from here down here will be rolled on at least two coats or on at least two sides of this. And that's my main concern. It's this side and this side. Them's the two sides I want to hit. Like I really want to pay attention on the two sides, and the only two sides I'm really worried about. Because when I'm on that side over there, doing that side, I'll be able to hit all my skippers. And here in a second, I'll move the camera and you'll see what I'm talking about. when I get done putting the first coat on this, I'm gonna run downstairs and put a first coat on that front door, and I'll be able to give you guys ideas on how to paint the front door too. And if you guys notice, it's gonna need another coat, which that's how these semi-gloss paint jobs go. They you can put it on real thin, and the thinner it is, the worse it is. But I can also put it on real super thick too, but that don't ever look good. You want to see the actual wood itself. Like putting too much paint on can actually hurt your home. But too thick coats is not a bad idea for protection either. But when it comes to something that you don't want it to look like a you don't want it to look real thick, especially on handrails. It's just like what I'm trying to do is as long as I get up under here, I'm good. Because as you walk up, you're gonna see the bottoms of all this stuff. So that's the most important part of it. Because this part right here, when you're rolling it down, it's gonna hit that. But this part right here, you can't see as you're looking down at it from up here. So I say it's all about angles. Sorry about that. And normally we would tape this stuff off and spray it too. We come in, tape all this off, tape the carpet off, lay drops down, tape the tarp down, cover everything with plastic so we can lock this area in, and then we would spray it with the sprayer. That's what hand. This is the first time I painted a handrail like this inside the house with a weed roller. I don't do it very often. I think the last time I did was like 10 years ago. Oh gosh. All my teachers be rolling over in the graves. That's what I get for making fun of somebody. The same thing with this. You're gonna walk it around. Because I can only see right here and right here. So now this bottom piece I'm gonna do with a brush. Like you can hit it with your weenie, but at some point you gotta cut that out. And this is just like cutting tops out. This is the one area that you can't use a weenie roller on. Because if I do that, it'd be on the carpet. I have all that hair in my carpet, in my weenie handle, or my weenie frame, and it ain't worth all that. So I just get my brush out and cut it. But this is like if you got this kind of a handrail outside, this will work outside too. The same procedure. And the same procedure you can use on the first coat. The homeowners have a finish date by the 8th of this month, so we gotta try to have everything done by the 8th of this month. So it's putting a damper on everybody trying to get it done. Not that it's a bad thing, but the homeowners have they got carpet coming in next week, and they gotta get a bunch of areas cleaned out. So totally understand. And I'm not worried about anything up here. I'm worried about getting that down in behind the carpet, and then I'll bring it up. And back here, I'll do the same thing. I'll take my weenie, roll down into the cut line, get rid of it. That way, it's all got the same texture. And if you notice, I'm starting back here because this is still wet. But right here, it's halfway. It's It's dry. That's how fast that stuff dries. Some paint don't take long, but it is also warm in here too, so that helps with it too. Try to keep the heat at least on 70, 72. And same procedure as I did outside, but I'm really worried about this and this side, this side and this side, this side and this side. You do on the other side, or vice versa. If you, it depends on if you're left or right-handed, so it comes down to. See, I can hit this side easier while I'm up here, and it was easier for me to hit this side when I was out there. And remember, I already went around and did all these, and I did the same thing down here. So really, what I'm worried about is just rolling the fronts. And I'm gonna take my wing and I'm gonna put a cut line in that.